Hey, what is up, squad? Today we are back with some more Bandmaid documentaries. We are checking out Akane's version. So super hype because we just checked out Psyche's and Kanami, and they were pogs. Like, I enjoyed them a lot. Like, knowing their backstory, how they grew, and how they got scouted into the band. And it was just cool to know all that information. If you guys want early and uncut reactions, make sure to check out the Patreon. And also currently live on Twitch, reacting to these documentaries. I will start doing, regular streams, so come to the stream and check out the live reaction. But yeah, let's just get right into it.
What the hell is this?
What the hell?
Ooh, that was way too loud.
Bro, that was insanely loud. I was like, what the hell?
All right, who is the next one? Let's see here. Oh,
Akane?
what? She was the one. Wait, she's also a DJ?
A DJ?
Really? Okay then, let's talk about Akane.
All right. She also has a clan called Mincho Clan, who loves Psyche. The older version, more of a fan favorite. Okay. All right, I'll definitely need to check it then.
Akane was born on December 14th in Hyogo,
December
a prefecture
14th?
very close to Osaka. She lived with her mother, her stepfather, and for a short period of time with her stepbrother, who is 11 years older.
Do all of them wear
During
glasses? Because I realized Psyche also had a picture with glasses on. So I assume, do they wear contacts for their performances?
Her youngest years, Akane was very unsociable and the one to do whatever she wanted, like leaving kindergarten to go home or not participating in games and activities with the other kids. She was, as she likes to say while laughing, a real problem child.
A problem child. Okay.
Note that in Japan, children go to school and come back home on their own very early, sometimes at 3 or 4.
Yep.
Over the years, she became more and more friendly and discovered that talking to other people wasn't that bad after all.
Nice.
During her school years, she loved home economics and art.
Home economics and
hated
art?
studying. She was also bad at physical activities. Who would
Okay.
have thought? Being a huge fan of manga, Akane was easily influenced by the Prince of Tennis or
Prince of Tennis? Dude. As the sports guru, I love sports manga. Like, straight up, I could name probably a manga for every sports. Probably. Unless it hasn't existed. Because I read like all the sports mangas. And I can give you guys recommendations, man. Straight up.
slam dunk to try different sports, but soon realized that her motivation was gone pretty quickly. She's the kind of person who wants to try everything that could interest her, but nothing.
Damn, she even did
lasted very long,
metalworking? Wait,
except one thing.
Is that metalworking? What is it? What is she holding? Is that painting, actually? Spray painting?
Everything that could interest her, but nothing lasted very long.
Can't tell.
Except
Looks like
one
spray paint.
thing. And this is something that we've seen in Psyche and Kanami's childhood. Akane has loved music since she was very little.
We're using the
For her,
back of a
it
person
started
drum?
with piano in kindergarten and
Alright.
lasted a few years before she stopped because the joy wasn't there anymore.
Bro, everyone always starts with piano. Like, I swear, like every Asian kid, always piano. Like, same for me as well, piano.
Although she can still play some songs on the piano, even today.
That's great. All right.
She continued for 5 years with trombone, but
Same, piano. I hate it, dude. Trust me. Piano, I was, as a kid, 2 hours of practice every day, learning the scales every day. I hated the scales, man. Like, sure, the scales got me good, but I hated doing the scales. Like, oh my god, doing like C major scale, D major, or like, oh my god, C minor. Bro, hated that.
it wasn't something she saw herself pursuing. At the end of her trombonist career, she realized that a lot of her friends joined bands, so she went to a lot of live performances and music festivals.
Okay. So when did she start playing
That's how the
the
idea of being in a band started to grow in Akane's head.
Okay.
So she joined the K-On! Club to form
K-On!
a band.
Club? The K-On! Club? Damn. Dude, I love how Japan has these clubs where they can personally name it, right? So the Japan system is like you can make a club as long as you have enough members and a teacher advisor, right? And you can submit a form.
So she joined the K-On! Club to form a band. To get an idea of what it was like, you can watch the anime K-On!
K-On!
Akane started with the guitar, but soon realized that her hands were too small to play.
Too small?
And it was impossible for her to continue. The bass was off the table too, as you can imagine, and
kind of
she's
similar.
no singer, at least according to her.
So she defaulted to drums?
Left. Yes, drums.
Okay.
And once Akane tried a drum kit, she felt that that was it.
Okay, so how old was she when she transitioned to drums? Hey. Okay.
While learning drums, she started to listen to rock bands like
bands?
Garden and
Al
Bump
Garden?
of Chicken to end up making.
Bro, Bump Chicken? Hell yeah, dude. Fucking love that band, dude. Like, it's such a weird name. I wonder how people decide their names. Actually, how did I mean, I kind of see how Bandmaid decided their name, right? I mean, it's pretty simple.
Listen to rock bands like El Garden and Bump of Chicken to end up making covers of their songs.
Okay.
She also learned about the band Maximum the Hormone.
Maximum the
and their
Hormone?
female drummer.
Bro, I literally just checked out Maximum the Hormone with Ararashi Gakao. What was it? Shinami, right? Bro, that song was crazy good, man. Loved it.
Now, Akane was stunned to discover that the drummer of this hard rockin' band was not a man.
It was a female?
This was the kind of drummer she wanted to become. So she kept this picture of a strong female drummer in her mind as a role model.
That's great.
It was and still is important to Akane to have an impact on anyone who thinks that a female drummer can only play soft and not hard.
Okay.
With this image in mind, she practiced every week at her school, the only place that had a drum kit available.
Does she do any of those performances where she pours liquid on the drums and then, you know, makes the liquid go flying?
As she didn't own one.
I've been seeing some videos on that recently.
Was that she was alone in her club, so she could only practice by herself.
Okay.
By the end of her second year, she wanted to do a graduation live performance.
Okay.
So she gathered some of her friends from her old symphonic band days and performed a copy of the group Pez, a Japanese instrumental band consisting of a trumpet, a saxophone, a double bass, a keyboard vocalist, and of course, drums. You might be surprised to learn that Akane wanted to work as a hairdresser after graduation.
Hairdresser, okay.
But as she started drums,
she wanted to be a
100% committed to improve her playing skills. She completely changed her mind and instead wanted to enroll in a music school.
Okay.
Against the will of her teacher, but with the support of her parents, Akane went to the Tokyo School of Music for 2 years to
Wait, why was the teacher opposed to it? Like, it's never too late. Like, I feel like something that's common is always the teacher opposing for some reason.
Follow her passion. She was surrounded by talented musicians.
Isn't it usually the parents that oppose?
Become professional.
Interesting.
Even though she was just a beginner in her class, she worked very hard and played every day to catch up with the other students.
Okay.
It was during those years that she joined a band who did a combined live show with another band, featuring the one and only Konami. She immediately acknowledged how good Konami was with the guitar and wanted to know more about her.
Okay.
It turned out that they lived very close from each other.
Okay,
so
that's nice.
They quickly became friends. Konami used to ask Akane to play drums on her demos before sending them to record companies.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Akane's band didn't stay together very long.
They disbanded?
She was back to square one.
Okay.
But Akane was resourceful. So she started a part-time job as a waitress
A
in a
waitress?
music restaurant in Yokohama.
Okay.
She could watch live performances and sometimes have a sit behind the kit to play when the restaurant closed for the day.
Oh, okay. Nice,
She
nice.
told the manager that she plays drums, so he asked if she could play right now.
All right.
And she did. Akane played Highway Star from
Highway
Deep
Star?
Purple, and the manager agreed to let her play.
Okay,
He
okay.
even offered to train her.
All right.
From
That's
that
pogs.
moment, Akane trained every day to improve her skills and become a better drummer.
It's dope.
We are now in 2013, and BAND-MAID
2013,
is actively
okay.
looking for 3 female musicians to join a rock band while wearing maid outfits. I say 3.
Bro, that was actually crazy though. Like I just imagine them putting out ads looking for 3 members, need to wear maid outfits requirement. That actually sounds crazy though.
Because at this time, they weren't searching for a lead vocalist yet. Our little
Okay.
pigeon already recruited Konami, so
Yeah.
the band was looking for a drummer and a bassist.
So let me predict this. Did Konami recommend Akane?
As you can imagine, Konami talked to Akane about
Okay,
this
yep.
opportunity. She trusted her with her demos, so why shouldn't she?
Hmm.
At first, Konami mentioned the label and Akane was excited, until Konami revealed that they are recruiting for an all-girls band.
All girls
In
band?
case you wonder, she hadn't even mentioned the part where they would all have to be dressed in maid outfits.
Oh,
Akane
okay.
had too many bad experiences from all-girl bands, so
Ah,
she
that's
wasn't
fair.
really thrilled about this idea.
That's fair, that's fair.
But the restaurant she was working
Was it like commitment issues, right? I'm assuming.
at was about to close for good, so she took some time to think about
Bro, everything's like going bad. Like literally, like band disbanded. The place that she's working at was closing down. Like what the?
it and finally decided to join Konami.
Okay.
What about the maid outfit, you would ask? Well, she was reluctant at first, but how
Reluctant.
do you know that it's bad without even trying?
Sure. I mean, it looks
After
good.
all, if Konami is already there, it'll be okay, right? So she was willing to give it a try anyway. Konami sent her some demos, and Akane found the music really cool right
Okay.
away. And the image of an all-girls band dressed like maids playing this kind of music was really interesting for her.
It is interesting.
She felt that her reluctance against all-girl bands and maid outfits
Change?
was fading away as her motivation kept growing.
Hmm.
Just a few months later, a 5-members acoustic band was created under the name Mochi to Cheese.
Mochi to cheese.
What's the link with Akane, you could ask? Well, Akane and Konami were both part of this side band with 3 members from the band Predia, an
Okay.
idol group formed in 2010 under the same agency as BAND-MAID.
All right. So it's like same agency, and then I guess they're short members, so and because their band is not finished. Okay.
And Passport.
Kind of.
They started to perform in the streets with acoustic covers and even performed live a few times over the 2 years of activity.
Okay.
The band also covered Forward, a song
Forward.
from BAND-MAID.
All right.
A single was released in September 2015, but only 2 months later, they sent
disbanded.
their last tweet and posted their last
Notice of cancellation of member Akane. But member will be absent due to poor health.
entry in their blog.
Okay.
After that, we did not hear from Mochi to Cheese again. Their YouTube channel is still available, so you can at least watch a fraction of their performances.
All right. That's pretty good. Hey. Damn, sounding pretty good. That was nice. Bye bye.
Let's get back to BAND-MAID. With all those years of practice,
Okay.
Akane had a solid base of drumming to bring to the band, but she didn't have a lot of practice with the twin pedals on
Twin
high-bass
pedals.
songs.
Okay.
She did buy one when she was in high school, but she gave up pretty quickly.
I mean, dude, it sounds hard, man. Controlling your left and right foot. I'm not gonna lie, I could probably only just do a right foot.
Only to come back on it later and work as much as she could to try and master it. With Bandmaid, Akane had to use twin pedals for the first time with Thrill.
Thrill?
A painful first experience for her. But the feedback was incredible, so the band members wanted to add more twin pedals in the next songs.
In the next few songs? Alright.
This is something that Akane wanted to do as well.
She just got
but
better
remember
and better.
That from 2016, the songs are written by Konami.
Yep.
And Konami loves fast-paced rhythm.
速いのは
True.
一番速い BPM。
I think it's 225.
Damn.
おうちには225ないね。じゃあ次225を目指します。
That's crazy. So is there fastest on Black Hole, right? Which is 220, right?
Usually, Konami songs are based at about 170 beats per minute.
170?
But Akane struggled to play the twin pedals over 130
Wait, it's going too fast. I can't see. Alright. Damn, that's actually kind of insane.
beats per minute because of her lack of solid practice on twin pedaling. But she wouldn't be defeated that easily. Bandmaid is a hard rock band. They needed to be hard on their music, and Akane had to be able to play faster. So what do you think she did?
What did she do?
She thought about how she moves her legs and found ways to improve her movements to be able to play faster.
And how did she improve it?
And what's the best way to do it? Practice, practice,
Okay.
practice.
Just practice.
Muscle memory. Akane tried to move her legs every time and everywhere she could as if she was playing the twin pedals, so her legs remembered those movements.
Nice.
She was also pushed by Konami, who kept including a lot of twin pedals in her songs.
Yep.
A challenge that Akane couldn't refuse to face, as she is not
That's
the type
great.
to admit that she can't keep up with a song.
I love the fact that Konami does this. Like the way she just pushes, keeps pushing and pushing like their limit and like stretching what they can do, right? And with enough hard work, they can definitely do it.
After a lot of work and thinking about her playstyle, Akane is now able to use twin pedals anytime,
That's great.
in any song.
Yo, that goes hard, bro. I feel that.
Did you know that Bandmaid performed with a man once?
They did?
Well, do you want to know more about this story? Of course you do.
Yeah, I mean,
It was in
piqued my
2015,
curiosity.
On December 4th, to be exact, at the Shinjuku club
Science. Okay.
that Akane was replaced by a male drummer for
Oh.
a performance.
Okay. Why is that?
You might ask? Akane mentioned in an interview around that time that she just had an injury. And she needed time to rest and heal.
That's fair.
Don't worry, it wasn't a life or death situation, as Akane came to this performance disguised as a staff member to support her bandmates. She tweeted 2 months later with a photo
After taking some time off from drumming due to an injury, I received a lot of sticks with a warm message from my overseas fan. Nice, nice. That's
of
great.
her holding a lot of drumsticks with messages written from fans from all over the world.
That's great.
Bandmaid has the best community of fans. Am I right?
I don't think so. So something we haven't, that's not talked about is Bandmaid as a whole. How did they take off? Like overseas? Like how did they pop off? Was it through Thrill, right? Or was
Now,
it through
I'm
alone?
sure that many of you maniacs know that Akane likes to eat.
Does she?
A lot.
Yeah. Okay.
She can eat 120 bowls of soba when on average, a man eats 70 bowls.
What the fuck? Yo. So she's a glutton. Damn.
And a woman 50. Or even 30 plates at a kaiten sushi.
I mean, 30 plates. I mean, I eat about. Let me think. All right, I don't eat as much now compared to when I was back in high school. Like, I'll be honest, my appetite is like half of what it used to be. Like, back then I'll have like, every time I go sushi train, it'll be like 40, 50 plates. Like, by myself, by the way. That's kind of crazy. Nowadays, it's only about
Restaurant
20.
Where plates of sushi are placed on a conveyor belt that winds through the restaurant and moves past every table, counter, and seat. And believe me when I tell you that 30 is a lot.
30 is a lot.
She loves eating food so much that you can see her eating
Damn.
in a lot of the music videos over the years. I'll bet she
I never
really
actually
enjoyed
noticed
filming those. Akane was invited for a few episodes of BAND-MAID Nippon, and they played a game where Miku and Saiki had to guess her favorite food outside of Japan.
Food. Oh, outside of Japan. Okay. I was gonna say sushi. Okay, but outside of Japan, I assume it's like a burger, right?
ご飯。
Oh,
米っ
rice.
てことご飯。
米
ピザ主食っていうのメインのメインの。
Okay.
こってりじゃないでしょ。
Is it a burger?
じゃないね。
Not greasy.
パエリアです。
Paella. Okay.
そうなの
At the creation
really?
of BAND-MAID,
That's a bit
Akane
surprising.
was designated as the leader as she appeared to be the most responsible.
Mm.
But now, every member has a different role equally important.
Okay.
And having a leader was just not relevant anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Akane is also famously known for goofing around every chance she gets.
All right. Damn. Dude, she's actually really good vocals. I know she's done the backing vocals, right? In the, what was it, the Sayo, in the acoustic version that we listened to. Amazing. That's great.
Even
That's so
during
good.
live
Holy crap.
performances. And she's not the only one, as the other band members try to make her laugh by pulling faces.
They do?
Sometimes it gives us some very special moments to watch.
Now that I think about it, every single live performance we've seen, I always see everyone turn to Akane. That is pretty funny.
And sometimes it just works too well.
Wait, that was just lip syncing? Psyche? Wait, you're telling me that was lip sync? Bro. I actually could not tell. Okay. It actually got me. I'm not gonna lie.
BAND-MAID is really putting on a show when it comes to live performances, because these 5 hard rockin' maids are really enjoying themselves, don't you
Alright.
think? Alright, it's time to talk about Akane's drum style. But
Akane's
let's
drum
keep
style?
it simple, shall we? And as I didn't become a musician since our last video on Konami, I will let today's special guests talk to you about this very interesting subject.
What is
I
it?
don't know about you, but I
me sit
can't
up
wait
properly.
to hear what they have to say about Akane. Let's go.
BAND-MAID is a group of individuals.
Hey, Drumroll Tony, my boy. Dude, I love Drumroll Tony. I check out his videos. He's
that
great.
are just such heavy hitters on their instruments. When they come together, the overall sound of the ensemble is amazing. The rhythms, the harmonies, the quality of the vocals, the songwriting, the skill sets of how everything is woven together is a very amazing listening experience. I've only seen the videos, but from moment one, it had me hooked. Now, Akane's drumming is, when you see someone that is so fluid and relaxed and they're playing at such a high velocity and the demand is so great, the level of respect is top. It is top for me.
That's great.
So she has a way of laying back in the groove and just flowing so well, but a lot of the times these tempos are burning, like they're going fast, but she has this thing where it's like effortless mastery. She lays back. There's all these augmentations and interactions within the orchestration of the song with everybody else. Like there's always these complicated things happening, but when you watch her play, the legato, like it's smooth.
The legato
it's like
part,
you don't really notice how difficult everything is. And for me, that's the major selling point, because anytime something seems like smooth and easy, it's not. It's because the person is so good. They put in so many thousands of hours on their instrument, and their ability to have all that ensemble listening go on allows them to be that effortless mastery that I just brought up. I will never get tired of watching Akane play. I mean,
bro, I love Drumroll Tony. Like he has such a good breakdown and analysis on every song he like checks out. Like I actually love the way he breaks it down. especially when he's so knowledgeable too on this stuff, which is great. Love his expert. Last week, Okiji, the Liquid Room, they played 31 songs. I mean, understandable. They probably use so much stamina, and bro, I would probably be hungry as hell, man.
To be just completely honest, it's inspirational, and it just makes me want to be a better musician.
Akane is a very impressive musician.
Igor Santos.
For many reasons. One of them is her constant evolving. It's almost a rule among musicians to get to a certain level and then stop because that's good enough. But there's no such thing as good enough for Akane. She's constantly getting better, not only in
better
skills as a player, but also as a writer. There's not a single dull moment in her writing. There's always something different and interesting. And
dude, I only just noticed, but the Bandmaid with the Yoda, dude, that's actually hilarious.
Creative happening.
That's
her
cool.
Creativity has no limits. She almost never repeats herself. That thing where the second verse is completely different from the first, but you can still tell it's the same thing. It represents the same thing. That's very impressive writing. Akane is a drummer's drummer, but she's also everybody's drummer. What I mean by that is, to someone who's not familiar with the drums, she sounds very impressive. She is, but it's not impenetrable. It's not tedious.
Like for me, I'm not a drum guy. I'll probably have to ask my moderator, Moosebean, too. He was on earlier, but he used to play the drums, so I usually ask him. But yeah, he said he's heard of Bandmaid a bit too. But yeah. To me, it sounds impressive.
She's always serving the music. You can always groove to it. But when you do know what she's doing, your mind goes blank for a second. Because you can write these incredibly intricate parts that are also beautiful. Recent example of that is in Influencer. The transition that goes from first chorus to the second verse. And then the part afterwards with the cross sticks and everything. I think they call it the A melody. There's so much happening there. It's so fast. It's so different. And not different from the first verse, different from everything I ever heard from her. There's more music in those, 15 seconds than in 99.99% of all music ever recorded. And you can still dance to it. Then you see her playing live. Doesn't even look like she's doing anything that hard. She doesn't call attention to herself. She just smiles and plays the impossible.
Yeah, dude. That's one thing I noticed. Like every live performance, she's just smiling and then just, pretty much smashes it. And she makes it look so easy, right?
It's very, very, very
obviously
hard.
It's not.
So little effort. She's so fast. She's so precise. But she's also expressive. There's feeling in her playing. And that's what music is, or should be, is taking your instrument and amplifying your emotions to touch people's hearts. Akane does that.
That's great.
She hits very hard with incredible speed and precision. But she's also putting herself, her feelings into her music. She's joy, she's happiness, fun to be around. She jokes around, she says random things. And her playing is also like that. Her drumming, her music is joyous, is happy, is
that's great.
Pleasurable and surprising, and connects the songs. And she's constantly getting better at it. And that's very impressive.
Where do I
that
even
is pretty impressive.
begin with Akane?
Wave Potter, a music lover and maker since 2 years old. Okay. He reacts to an animal.
I've tried covering her drums so many times. Never really got them right because they're so complex. She's definitely the hardest drummer I've ever tried to cover. The skills required alone are insane, but it's not only the skill, it also requires an insane amount of memory skills because she's constantly changing up her drum patterns, keeping things fresh. It never gets stagnant, but it's so hard to remember all the different little changes.
Okay, so she's actually like super cracked, and I mean this is coming from a drum expert, and he's finding it difficult to follow her footsteps. That's crazy.
And somehow she's still able to smile through all of it while she's playing.
That is true.
She plays with so much power, so much energy, and perfectly complements all the other instruments around her. You can tell from what she's playing that she listens to her fellow bandmates and does what she can to accentuate their parts instead of just playing underneath them or playing over them. She gives the song exactly what it needs. Such a well-rounded drummer. Okay, I'll shut up.
That's great.
Once again, I've been telling you the story of someone who has been in love with music since forever and tried many instruments until she found the one that was perfect,
the one that
for her.
Fit her perfectly.
Drums. Even though she was alone in her club during high school, without a drum kit to practice on at home, Akane did her best to learn the basics by herself and was able to join a music school and pursue her goal of becoming a professional musician. From a child who wanted to try everything but couldn't find the motivation to keep at it, to a truly passionate musician.
That's great.
Akane kept doing her best to live for and from music. Working at a music restaurant to end up playing drums there. Joining Bandmaid with Konami and within this already incredible band. Learning and evolving towards this image of a strong hard rock female drummer she always wanted to be associated with. Akane wanted to prove that gender has nothing to do with her drumming and how hard Bandmaid's music.
I was talking about that earlier, like pouring liquid and playing it on the. Which performance is this? You guys gotta let me know, man.
And how hard Bandmaid's music is.
It looks cool. I love it when they do that.
She does this every time.
I assume it damages the instruments, right?
No matter how difficult it was, no matter how many obstacles she faced, Akane destroyed everything in her way so she could achieve what makes her special as a person and a drummer.
Fire song. Amazing. Bro, WW documentary. Love that. It's the MV for Bubble. Okay. Maybe that's my next one. Let me note that down real quick. Bubble. I might do that one next. Maybe. Dude, I loved that documentary so much. It was great. It was cool knowing that she was, a problem child as a kid. But then, she grew up and learned that being nice to other people, reciprocates the same feelings, right? So she ended up maturing, which is great. And then learning the drums in her club and not having a drum set at home is definitely limited practice, right? And it's cool that that's how she started, and then she got inspired and then went on to music school as well. And also started working at a cafe. But she did have her setbacks, which was damn, I was like, crap, this is a pretty big setback. Like every place is closing. But I'm glad that she made friends with Kanami, and then they kind of linked up, and it just worked out from there on out. And obviously she still had her struggles, right? With the twin pedaling. Definitely sounds complicated. I mean, I've never tried it, so I can't say how hard it is or how easy it is if you guys do that. I mean, the way they've made it is that twin pedaling is super, super hard. So yeah. But yeah, I'm glad that she practiced, and now she's freaking insane, and she's providing these amazing performances as well as enjoying the process too. And it's just great to always see her smile while playing. So yeah. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Laters.